One of the most iconic Chevrolet sports cars to be classified as American muscle is the Chevrolet Camaro. The Camaro has endured styling and engine changes through the years, but continues to be one of the foremost production muscle cars of its time. Regardless of the year model, the Camaro's design is timeless, drawing young and old consumers. With 6 generations under its belt, the Camaro has design and performance options to fit the personality and style of many different consumers. Now let's explore the history of the Chevrolet Camaro and how it dominates the sports car history. Well, first of all, let's focus on the name Camaro. Now, when they were developing the Camaro, they had gone through many different names. They were trying to go with something that started with a C, Chevelle, Chevy too. And when they decided to go forward with, as it was codenamed, Panther, somebody brought the name Camaro to their attention, which Camaro is French for friend or comrade, which is how they felt a car should be to its owner. But they always defined Camaro to the public as a small, vicious animal that likes to eat Mustangs. That way to let them know that the Camaro was in competition with the Ford Mustang. Ford had cornered the sports car market in the early 1960s. Consumers were pushing Chevrolet to make a car capable of competing with the Mustang. Chevrolet answered the call of the people and released the first Camaro in 1966. It was an instant hit with its front engine, rear-wheel drive design. Finally, Chevrolet had created a sports car worthy of the classification of American muscle. And as they say, the rest is history. Though the first Chevrolet Camaro was released in 1966, it was actually considered a 1967 model. This generation of the Camaro was the shortest lived of all other generations that came after it. Of all the first generation Camaro's engine options, the most common was the 230 cubic inch V6 with 140 horsepower. This Camaro's most powerful engine was a 396 cubic inch V8 with 375 horsepower. The 1968 Camaro was redesigned without vent windows and a new air inlet system dubbed Astro Ventilation. It also gained pointed front grills, divided rear taillights, oval front running lights, multi-leaf rear springs, and newly designed shock absorbers. The exterior of the 69 Camaro was yet again redesigned with new sheet metal added to every aspect except the hood and the trunk lid. In addition, it had deeper headlights, a heavy V-front grille, and it was wider and lower. And now we can move on to the second generation Camaro, 1970 to 1981. Lasting 11 years, the second generation of the Chevrolet Camaro underwent drastic changes due to stricter federal automotive regulations concerning safety. As a result, these cars had to have front bumpers added, reduced horsepower engines, and catalytic converters added to their exhaust systems. A few positives that came from the changes were improved drivability and fuel economy. Drivers could also opt for power windows and air conditioning. The most powerful engine of the second gen was available in the 1970 SS and produced 450 horsepower. Unfortunately, horsepower continued to drop through the 11-year run of the second generation Camaro, with the most powerful engine only having 185 horsepower at the end of this generation's run. The third iteration of the Chevrolet Camaro came as a hatchback coupe boasting McPherson strut front suspension, an aerodynamic shape, and rear coil springs. The only transmission available for the third-gen Camaro was a 4-speed manual transmission or a 3-speed automatic transmission. The most powerful engine in the 82 model was a fuel-injected 5.0-liter V8 with 165 horsepower that came in the Z28 trim level. With moderate exterior design changes and increased horsepower trends, the 92 Camaro boasted 245 horsepower to close out the third generation. Now we're at 1993 to 2002 with the fourth generation Camaro. And with the release of the fourth generation Camaro, it introduced a revised F-body platform. The new exterior design of this Camaro was sleek with a more aggressive appearance and a lower front end. The base model of the 93 Camaro came out with either a 3.4-liter V6 with 160 horsepower or an LT1 V8 engine with 275 horsepower. For the 98 year model, the Camaro's body was redesigned to incorporate a front clip and upgraded headlights. The 98 Camaro also gained an engine upgrade to an LS1 V8 with 305 horsepower. By the end of the fourth generation Camaro's run, the Z28 had 310 horsepower, and the SS, the Super Sport, had 325 horsepower. Okay, I love this story. Now, you start at 2010 to 2015, the fifth generation Camaro. There was an 8-year hiatus, and the Chevrolet Camaro was brought back, of course, in '09, with a retro design inspired by the '69 Camaro. The fifth generation concept Camaro was featured in the 2007 box office hit movie known as The Transformers. Camaro fans the world over pushed for Chevrolet to bring back the Camaro. Eventually, what really happened is General Motors wanted their vehicles in the new Transformers movie, and so they invited Michael Bay and the producers to their prototype vault. And Michael Bay, of course, saw this car sitting in the corner and said, "I want that car to be the new Bumblebee," because Michael Bay wasn't comfortable with Bumblebee being the Volkswagen Bug that he was in the cartoon. And Chevrolet, they were in agreement, and they said, "You know what, we'll bring that car back as our new Camaro." So as of 2009, the new Camaro was released, but it was considered a 2010 model. Now, not only did the Camaro have a new look, but it was also loaded with cutting-edge features. By 2012, the Camaro had serious horsepower bump with the release of the Camaro ZL1 Coupe with a V8 engine producing a staggering 580 horsepower. Finally, nearing the end of the fifth generation, the Camaro offered a 7.0-liter V8 engine with an impressive 505 horsepower, 481 pound-feet of torque. It also had a 6-speed manual transmission. In addition, the 2014 Camaro received an updated look with a sleek new front fascia and rear end. Let's fast forward to 2016, to the present, sixth generation Camaro. Now, the sixth generation of the Chevrolet Camaro started with a bang, as it offered a lighter vehicle with better fuel efficiency, a powerful engine option producing 455 horsepower in 2016. In 2017, the ZL1 trim level was revised to include a V8 engine capable of producing 650 horsepower with a choice of either a 6-speed manual or a 10-speed automatic. In addition, the Camaro's exterior was again updated in 2019 with new front end, rear end, LED signature headlights, and LED taillights. The most popular 2020 Camaro was the SS 1LE with a dual mode exhaust, two-piece brake rotors, magnetic ride control, and an FE4 performance suspension system. The 2021 Camaro continues to up the sports car game with an available supercharged 6.2-liter LT4 V8 with 650 horsepower and a ground-shaking 650 pound-feet of torque. This engine carries over into the 2022 year model of the Camaro as the sixth generation of the Chevrolet Camaro continues to impress. Now, there's no doubt that the Camaro is one of the world's top sports cars and continues to carry American muscle forward. Hey guys, thanks for playing along. I hope y'all enjoyed this history. I would like to thank Ranger Chevrolet, as they were the one that provided this compressed history on the history of the Camaro. I would like to start doing this more, go over different cars and the history, of course, using cars from Grand Theft Auto Online, as they are based off real life vehicles. So if anybody has any ideas or wants to hear some more history on any of the cars, please put them in the comments and we will be more than happy to go over it. Anyhow, thanks for playing along. Later.